Assalamualaikum dear students, welcome to FSEX online support program. I am Farah Shafiq from Senior Girls Wing Army Public School and College Fort Road Rawalpindi. Today we will discuss part 2 of topic 20.9 Interaction of Radiation with Matter. Students, in the previous lecture we studied about how radiation interacts with matter and interaction of alpha particle and beta particle. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe interaction of gamma rays with matter, interaction of neutrons with matter, and we will discuss conceptual questions which are given at the end of your chapter in exercise questions. Let's move towards interaction of gamma rays with matter. Gamma rays arise from radioactive decay of an atomic nuclei. Their ionization ability is quite low because photons of gamma rays has no mass or charge. Gamma rays interact with matter in three distinct ways. Number 1, photoelectric effect. Number 2, Compton scattering. And number 3, pair production. In case of photoelectric effect, low energy gamma photons are used, having energy less than 0.5 mega electron volts. In case of Compton scattering, gamma rays of intermediate energies are used, and their energy range is such that greater than 0.5 and less than 1.02 MeV electron volts, and pair production, in which high energy gamma rays are used, having energy greater than 1.02 mega electron volts. Intensity of gamma rays decreases when they interact with matter. In air, intensity of gamma rays falls as inverse square of distance from the source, in the same manner as light from a lamp. In case of solids, the intensity decreases exponentially with increasing depth of penetration into the material. The intensity I nor of a beam after passing through a distance x in the medium is reduced to intensity I, given by the relation I is equals to I nor exponential minus mu x, where mu is the linear absorption coefficient of medium. Now, what are the factors on which this coefficient of medium depends? This coefficient depends on the energy of photon as well as on the properties of the matter. Now we will study about interaction of neutrons with matter. Neutron radiation consists of free neutrons. Neutrons, being neutral particles, are extremely penetrating particles. Neutrons can travel large distance in air, more than 100 meters. If we want to stop or slow neutrons, there are two ways which are being employed. Number 1, direct collision with atomic nucleus. Number 2, passing through hydrogen-rich materials such as water, concrete, and plastic. Neutrons produce a little indirect ionization when they interact with materials containing hydrogen atoms and knock out protons. Now we have a figure explaining penetrating power of different radiations. In this figure we have different media like paper, thin plates made up of wood, aluminium, etc., lead, iron and other thick metal plates, and water. Now you can see that alpha particles cannot penetrate to paper, since alpha particles cause a large amount of ionization, so a sheet of paper is enough to stop them. Beta particles can pass through paper but cannot penetrate through thin plates made up of wood, aluminium, etc. Gamma rays and X-rays are high energy rays, so they can pass through paper, thin plates made up of wood, aluminium, etc. but cannot penetrate through lead, iron and other thick metal plates. While neutrons are the highest penetrating particles, so they can pass through paper, thin plates, lead, iron, etc. Charged particles, alpha or beta and gamma radiation produce fluorescence or glow on striking some substances like zinc sulfide, sodium iodide or barium platinocyanide coated screens. Fluorescence is the property of absorbing radiant energy of high frequency and re-emitting energy of low frequency in the visible region of electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum is the range of frequencies of electromagnetic radiation and the respective wavelengths and photon energies, while visible range is the section of electromagnetic spectrum that is visible to human eye. Its range is from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Let's move towards conceptual questions which are given at the back of your chapter. Question number 1. Why does the alpha particle not making any physical connection with nucleus when it is directly headed towards the nucleus of an atom? As we know that at atomic level nucleus has no sharp boundaries. Alpha particles are positively charged as well as nucleus of an atom is also positively charged. By electrostatic force of attraction, we know that like charges repel each other, so nucleus will repel alpha particles, and hence the probability of their contact becomes very low. Let's move towards another related conceptual question. An alpha particle has twice the charge of beta particle. Why does the former deflect less than the latter when passing between electrically charged plates, assuming both have equal speed? As it is given, alpha particle has twice the charge, so it has a charge of positive 2. Beta particle has a charge of either positive 1 or negative 1. When they are passing through electrically charged plates, alpha particles should experience more deflecting force. But as alpha particle is 8,000 times more massive than beta particle, that's why its deflection would be less in comparison. It's end of today's lecture. Thank you. Have a good day.